Well, MMA fighters have a new challenge on their hands amidst the pandemic, calling on Governor Ducey to do what they believe is the right thing so they can get back into the ring.
Pro fighters like Daniel Madrid are struggling to stay afloat.
It is frustrating when there's nothing that's available to you in the state of Arizona.
He's had to contract competitions outside State 48 to make money, but his Valley business, Legion MMA, is struggling along with him.
This entire year has been a wash, whereas up until I want to say I was hoping midsummer, we would have recouped what we should have been able to get back by now. And unfortunately, we're not able to do that.
Jason Martinez, matchmaker for Ringside Promotions, says the standstill is fueling frustration among avid fans, athletes, and organizers.
Really, the only green light we need is for the Attorney General and the Governor to do their job, basically.
They've pinned and put protocols in place in their fight to fight, appealing to state leaders, showing how they're planning to protect participants.
A safety COVID protocol that we created for this particular situation with no live audience, only fighters staggered in certain areas with a bunch of cleaning and management and whatnot. And he has failed to even ask about it, to review it.
Event promoter Joel Lopez scratching his head about the holdup, especially because MMA is one of few sports that requires a license.
Our license falls under Governor Ducey's office. He's failing to look at his own administration and say, hey, let's give a first crack at the guys who pay us, who are licensed under us to go and do what they do.
It's just unfortunate right now that there's a lot of professional fighters, especially here in the state of Arizona, that if you're not picked up by a big organization, you're literally just sitting around doing nothing. And it's heartbreaking to see.
And all those guys, their hope is that Governor Ducey moves swiftly on their safety protocol paperwork. We did reach out to Governor Ducey's office for a response regarding the delay. We haven't heard back, but we will continue to follow up.